Gambling is an addiction. So the addiction of it is what makes you make illogical decisions. So not because you make $9 million. There are people who are making, as the FBI director said, there's a man who lost $1.8 million. That means he has a lot of money, so he has an addiction to that, those fish that they talk about that they were bringing in. So gambling is an addiction which can make you make illogical decisions regardless of your ethnic background, regardless of your physical background, and regardless of your financial status. So let's understand that. And I disagree in terms of the NBA dropping the ball. This is an ongoing investigation. There's no way that any FBI or police even would come to anyone and say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is the surprise element always makes it happen. So they cannot overextend the information that they're receiving. And this is about individuals. And last, and I'll let you talk, Chuck. I
wish you would, because you're making me mad right here.
Well, I can make you mad and you can make me mad. I just have my opinion. You're going to have yours. Yeah, but I also think that because there are people who get speeding tickets doesn't mean everyone in the league speeds. And so don't look at this group of people that are starting to get investigated as the entire league.
As an indictment of the league. Clear something up for me, Chuck.
I'm going to clear it up quickly.
I know, but I really just want this. You say the league dropped the ball on the Rozier part of this because they had already looked at it and said we didn't have enough, but not on the Chauncey. They didn't drop the ball on Chauncey.
First of all, these are two different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Two different things.
So the league dropped the ball on Rozier, you
say. Take Chauncey out the equation.
All right.
And the reason I'm mad at Kenny is, man, this ain't got nothing to do with damn gambling addiction. This ain't got nothing to do with addiction. These dudes are stupid.
Why are they stupid?
Under no circumstances can you fix basketball games. Under no circumstances. I love to gamble. The notion, like, Rozier makes $26 million. Him betting, giving people information or taking himself out of games, how much is he going to benefit taking himself out the game to get unders? Like, he's making $26 million. The notion he gave, how much of these guys he gave a head up, he took himself out of games on prop bets. How much money is he going to make?
Well, if he did that, you're proving my point.
What do you mean?
That means
that's not
it's an illogical thought process.
No.
If you're making $26 million to try to win $50,000.
Blah, 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 blah. Woo! Boy, Chuck was hot 100 and Kenny was getting there with him. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and support projecttransition.org below. Let's go! Become a Patreon member, see full episodes, and get the exclusive access. What's happening right here? Addiction or stupidity? Okay. So I understand where Kenny is coming from. I'll referee this. Kenny is coming from, look, these dudes are addicts. And that eliminates all responsibility. They're not thinking logically. So they would do stuff like make $26 million and bet $50K. That makes sense, right? You could go to any class across America and get an A in that course. But then Chuck comes in a little more pragmatic, a little more gangster, because he's talking from his experience. And I'm going to give y'all my experience as well, because I am a gambler. Not anymore, but I used to be. Chuck is like, look, I gamble. And y'all know it's well-documented, storied, I gamble. You can call me an addict if you want, whatever. Michael Jordan, etc. We know of those names and those people of that lord that gamble. He's like, yeah, we gamble. But we ain't stupid. So if you want to call me an addict, do what you want to do. I don't know what you want to call me, just a gambler, whatever you want to call me. You can't call me stupid because I don't bet on NBA games. And that's what's interesting, because I knew a lot of guys that gambled. I knew a lot of guys, the team plane, the whole back of it, full with people who were gambling and the flight attendants trying to holler. That's all it was in the back of the plane. Me, I was in the middle of the plane. I was more arguing and talking about who was the top 5 rappers. So that's the middle of the plane. But I remember there was a time where I'd even questioned, was I gambling or was I addict? Was I really getting close to addiction with gambling? We'll get to that story in a second, but let's talk about this case right here. When you Rozier, when you Billups, allegedly, what you're into is not just for the odds, because it's a stupid bet, to Charles's point. If you're going to risk, think about it, you're the house. You got $26 million coming in every year. If you're just going to risk all of that for 50, then golly, I don't know if you're an addict or not. You're just stupid. It is stupid. It is stupid. It's beyond addiction. Because with addiction, look, you can say somebody's addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol. You ever seen anybody who's an addict for real? They do dumb things. They do stupid things. At the same time, there is a space that is protected. You don't believe me? Let's talk through this. So, anybody who you want to say is an addict, we could use Charles Barkley. Is he an addict? No. Why? Because he ain't did nothing stupid? Well, I think he has maybe. He's probably lost $500,000. He's probably lost $1 million. He's probably had markers out there that was large, and he's like, dog, I don't really want to do this, but you kept betting. Y'all can say that's stupid, right? But he also didn't burn down his house. See, what they did is stupid. He's trying to say, look, I understand risking it. Big risk, big reward. I understand, hey, rolling the dice. But then there's a point where you're just stupid. You're burning down the house, literally, because $26 million is coming in, and you're risking that for $50K? That's just a stupid bet. Who would do that? So I understand where Barkley is really coming from. I understand in my own experiences when I got close to that line of like, dog, that was stupid, not addiction. All right, here's a story, because y'all like, what the fuck, Marcellus? I was in Panama. I was judging the Miss Universe pageant, and this is 2003, 2004. They flew me and my boys out. We got to judge Miss Universe pageant. Yes, 50 of the most beautiful women across the world that knew 7 languages. This is before Instagram, so nobody was thoughts. You didn't know who they were. You're like, wow, we're there. I get there 2 days early. So I'm there, I'm there, and I go downstairs. I'm like, what's cracking around here in Panama? I'm walking around the city, the town, and I'm like, damn. In front of the banks, cats got M16s and stuff. I was like, nah. Let me go back into this hotel, call the concierge. My boys are coming in tomorrow. So I got 1 day by myself, 1 day with my boys, and then it's time to get to work, which is just look at Miss Universe pageant. No problem. So I'm looking around, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to go back to this hotel, get in there. They like, yo, we have a casino downstairs. I said, oh, casino, that's fun. I go downstairs. Literally, I'm looking at the casino and I'm looking at the highs and the lows and what you could bet. And I'm like, it's kind of low in here. It was a basement casino at a resort. They're like, we ain't trying to be Vegas. And I said, can you raise these maximums up? Can we get them up? And I was like, what do you want them to go up to? So I only played blackjack at that time. Now I play war. That's it. I'm old man. So I'm like, bring them up. And they were at $50 then. I said, can you make them 500? And they were like, we can do whatever you want as long as you got the money. I said, yeah, let's bring them up to 500. Now, I'm not an addict, but I do like to gamble at this time. Why? Because I got $5 in my pocket. So I'm like, I'm going to give it up. Let's try and get 10. So I remember sitting down at the table, dealer there. I'm thinking I'm in some third world country. I'm just looking down at them like, y'all ain't got it like we got it. Anytime I walk by the bank and y'all got M16s, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of a little different. So I'm about to run it. I'm thinking I'm smarter. I'm thinking I'm about to run it. So then I'm like, yeah, I want to put 500 right here. And nobody else sat next to me because I raised the maximum. So everybody else in the casino like, high roller. And I'm like, damn, this is $500. This ain't killing me. Whatever. I'm just giving y'all the real. Next thing I know, I'm like, let me bet here too. Here. All 7 of whatever you call those things, the seats, I put 500 on all of them. I'm playing against me, against him, against myself, against Marcellus, against that dude. I'm playing myself the whole way. All 7 of them were me. I don't know what I was thinking. Now I'm about to get stupid. Right now, I don't think I'm an addict. I think I'm gambling for sure. But I ain't no addict and I ain't stupid. It's going to get stupid. The hands are coming and going. I don't remember what was happening. I mean, I'll win this one, I'll lose this one, I'll lose this one, I'll win this one. I ain't know what was happening. All I know is I start losing the chips. I was like, yo, I'm losing. So then, of course, more. And next thing I know, in 27 minutes, almost 30 minutes, I lost $11,000 playing that way. Now, I'm not talking Barkley numbers. I ain't talking Jordan numbers because I would never risk it that way because I'm not stupid. Because I know I'm not going to burn down my house. I'm like, I'm here by myself chilling in the basement. So that's what Barkley's talking about. Ding, ding, ding. There's an alarm that goes off. Even if you want to call yourself having a gambling addiction. But Barkley's like, this ain't no gambling addiction. These dudes are picking, allegedly, one game here to do this. They're allegedly doing this poker game over here to do this. They're not running around every day scratching, I need that fix. I need to roll them dice. I need to play that poker. Like, they not that. So he's like, no, they just did something that was stupid. Like me, I'm here early by myself. Oh, let me put this down. And when you put that down, you playing yourself Literally playing yourself. I'm playing myself 7 times over. Playing yourself is stupid. So my verdict is I'm with Barkley. Like, I know too many guys that are gamblers. You can call them an addict, but that's subjective. How can I call you an addict? Based on the results? Based on what happens? Because then if that's the case, then Caston lost a lot of money and they addicts. But then they make more money and then they fine. And then they lose it again and then they're not. So you can't play with it like that. I think Barkley actually wins because when on first listen, I thought Kenny was right. But on really living through it, and that was the last time I ever gambled, y'all. Literally. I mean, if you're going to count sitting at the bar now in Vegas, this is the most I would do. Sit at the bar in Vegas and that little machine that's in front of you, I get $20 and I'm like, good, free drinks from it. But I really paid $20 for the drinks. But the point is, that's it. You might catch me at the war table one day. Don't think I'm a hypocrite if you see that. That's it. But I'm not stupid. Allegedly, if they did this. Stupid. Like, Addiction's one thing. I don't have family members. Everybody has addicted to all different types of things, and they do some stupid stuff. But then you got to also realize they didn't do everything. Why didn't they? Why didn't that addiction take over everything? This was stupid. I'm with you, Barkley. I hear you. I know a lot of people beat it up in the comments. Some people think it's just an addiction, and that's why you made a stupid decision. I understand that logic. And then some people are like, no. You were addicted, but you also didn't do that. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You know why? Why didn't you do it every game? Why didn't you do it all the time? Because you weren't just addicted. You were stupid. Maybe semantics, maybe not. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. So, yeah. You know what we do on this show, boy. We blow, boy. Oh, let's get this thing going. Come on, y'all. I need Andre 3K to sort through these semantics. I'm going to go fast with it, too. Kenny Smith walked in like, yo, we need intervention. These boys risk their freedom. That's gambling addiction. Hey, where the flows go? Where the flows at? Can't say that without laughing. Go to my Patreon. Check the link in my description, and let's rock on. Bwah, 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 bwah.
Let me put you on to something that's part of my daily routine now. VINIA, not a powder, not a pill.
It's the Daily Chews 2X formula. And yeah, they taste good too.
It's plant-based. No stimulants, no crash, no jitters, no banned substances, no junk. It's Informed Sports certified. Just something that actually delivers. Link in description, vinia.com/Marcellus. Discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Wow.
Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities.